Yeah, man. Kevin Christian, and I'm back to talk about this situation with gang stalkers around the world attacking people, people that they call targets, people that are targeted individuals, and pretty much the standard of doing things is broadcast, EMF broadcast, and remote neural monitoring is how that works. And EMF broadcast is what it's all about, and it's very difficult to prove the things that are going on with artificial telepathy and EMF broadcast. So, um, it's a tough situation to be in, and a lot of targeted people experience the same circumstance where you may be under attack and they're running their mouth talking to you 24/7 with artificial telepathy, and then they may start attacking your body with their broadcast. And here is the typical situation. Okay. um, Gang stalkers start talking to you, and then they're attacking you, right? And you may be even seeing their broadcasts, their holograms, and all of this stuff is going on, right? So initially, you want to tell everybody, right? And you think maybe that people understand, or maybe they can hear it, or maybe that they can help you, or so. Initially, you start telling people about this. You might start out telling your family, who pretty much is going to think that you've lost your mind. And I guess I can't really blame them, because if I hadn't experienced these things personally, I might be a little bit hard to convince. So I'm not going to hold it against them. Okay. Um, I don't really talk about it to the fam anymore. But when I did start to talk to the fam about this years ago, um, it wasn't long before I ended up mandatory psychological evaluation, getting picked up by a bunch of police and this type of thing. Okay. All right. So those are typical things that happen to targeted people. All right. And your family just doesn't believe you, and you want to convince everybody because you know that it's real. You know that this is really happening. So it's important for people to believe you, and they don't. They don't believe you. They just think you're crazy, and it's devastating. So you start to go to great lengths to prove this stuff. And you're doing recordings and trying to take videos, and you're just telling them, just look, just look, just listen. Just listen, just look. And they're like, it's just not. It's not real. Nobody believes you. Right? And it's so devastating to go through that. Right. And then it could get bad, right? You could have gang stalkers attacking you, right? And they could be or they could be perpetrating all sorts of scenarios, putting on these big acts, right? And it's all for their live stream, for their EMF broadcast gang stalker live stream. They'll put on a big old act and a big old show, right? And it could be people that you know that have turned against you that are doing this, or they could be using the voice settings of people that you know that they put onto remote neural monitoring, or both, or all kinds of stuff could be going on, and it could be confusing, and they can make you believe that somebody's in danger and somebody needs your help, or somebody's about to kill you, and all of this stuff. And it's just terror. It's sheer terror. All right. And then you're flaking out, right? You're flaking out and you're calling the police, right? So that's phase two, right? Your family's not believing you, and you're starting to call the police all the time. And the police are like, um, I mean, would you like us to get you some help? You think you might want to get some help? We could probably get you some help. Right? No, no, no. I want you to help me. Okay, I want you to arrest these people or save these people or something, like whatever it is, whatever the scenario is that these gang stalkers have portrayed to make you believe whatever situation is happening, but really isn't. But they're using artificial telepathy. Okay, had me thinking that people was hostage and all kinds of stuff. Right, but these gang stalkers were putting that act on for off of their live stream, off of their live stream. Had me going crazy, had me looking, had me looking like a fool, had me looking crazy to the family, to the police. Right, so I'm isolated. I'm not talking to people. I'm chilling like all the time, like paranoid. I'm looking out the window, right, like a crackhead or something, like looking out the window every 2 seconds, and and then you're like listening, and you're starting to trying to set up like little secret recording stuff. You're trying to figure out how they see what you see, or if they do, or whatever. Like, how's this happening? You're looking for cameras. Right, you're looking at your light fixtures, and you're looking everywhere for these cameras because they know what you're thinking. They see what you see, right? And you wonder how they know all this stuff, right? So a good gang stalker will put on without giving away too many secrets. So they won't particularly let you know that they can know every thought that you're having or know exactly what you see. But in time, or if the gang stalkers are not that good or not that intelligent, they're going to give away all the secrets pretty quick. But if they're not, if they're even if they're good at it, though, you can only portray these things for so long before a reasonable person starts saying, "Hold up, how do you know that?" Right? I had someone tell me on telepathy, right? One of these gang stalkers, they see what you see, they know what you know. And I wrote a note. I was writing notes. Of such and such is trying to kill me, blah, 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 and I would keep the notes in my pocket. Right? And the gang stalker's like, they can see what you see. They know what you know. Right? They're always whispering. They do little whispers. They try to make it seem like real magical. Right? And it's like, I was whispering. It's like, and you're like, where the hell is that coming from? They got you flaking out, right? You're trying to, your mind's trying to make sense of something that you feel like is impossible. Right? So wherever the sound is coming from, right, you'll find yourself talking to that item. Really. So it might seem like the sound is coming out the ceiling fan, right? And you're just sitting there talking to the ceiling fan. Right? Imagine how that looks for the live stream, for one. For two, if your family or anybody sees that, imagine that. It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre, and I cannot tell you how many times I called the police. Okay, and my family went to judges and got mandatory psychological evaluations. They call it a 1013, and they'll send about 6 or 7 police to your house and then say, "We're gonna come with us. All right, we're gonna get you some help." And you're like, "Nah, no thanks." And they're like, "Oh yeah, oh, you're coming. Whether you want to come or not, you're coming. So we could do this the easy way." You're like, "Oh, damn. They no, no, we'll get your stuff. It's okay. Come on with us." Really. And they'll take you to a place like a psychological place, right? But you're locked in there. It's like you're in jail, kind of. It's kind of like jail, but not as bad. But you're there. You can't leave. You're not allowed to leave. And if you're non-compliant, then they send you to a worser one that's more like jail. Really. I know. Trust me. So, I was like, nah, I ain't taking none of that stuff. You want me to take some kind of pill supposed to calm me down and all this stuff, right? And I'm like, I just got here. You don't even know me. You don't even know me. Like, you trying to tell me to take some kind of psychotic medicine or something like that? I'm not taking that. I thought, okay. Next thing you know, they come in like you're under arrest again, right? So they come in and get you, right? Some police, and they take you out, put you in the car, and then they take you to a more secured state facility, with a bunch of 7-foot security guys, police guys that are like, really? This place called Georgia Regional, where I live in Georgia. Yeah. And then it's same difference. They're like, oh, well, you know, we're gonna they have you come in, right, and then they'll have some doctor come talk to you for like 5 minutes. Really, like 5 minutes, and then they're like, okay, well, we're gonna give you such and such, and it's gonna calm you down, and I'm like, no, no, no. So anyway, I ended up trapped in this place for like 10 days, twice, um, back to back. As soon as I got out, same thing happened again, like a day later, right? Um, all of this while these gang stalkers were chasing me around. I got shot, so I was like in this place with with a gunshot wound. Um, it was bad, man. It was real bad. It was so bad, and and I ended up having like this big conference thing, like with where like the head doctor of the whole place and like several other doctors and a bunch of interns, we all sat in this interview room for like 2 or 3 hours and went over like the whole everything that was going on, and they were like, okay, well, they gave me a clean diagnosis and required no medication, um, and they let me go. They let me go, and I had been planning on trying to get out of town. Right, I want to escape the Illuminati and all this stuff. Right, so I had like all this money. Right, so I got out and the same thing. Immediately, these gang stalkers start going bananas. Gangs start doing all this stuff again. They have you running around town. I can like, I'm trying to escape, and I'm getting on like a bus, and then hopping on a train, and then get out there and get on a taxi, and then I don't even know where I'm going at this point. Getting hotel rooms. I would get a hotel room, right? I would get a hotel room. I done took all the money out of my bank account. I'm going around with this bundle of money because I'm trying to escape town. And I go and I got a hotel room. It was like $175 for this nice hotel room, right? Within an hour, oh, I thought they were filling the room up with radiation, and there's like shadow of a man with a gun on the wall by the window, and I'm like, and I'm hiding around the corner and like standing up close to the wall, and they got telepathic noises coming through the walls, and I feel like they're in the next room, and I believe all this stuff because I didn't understand artificial telepathy and how it worked and all the schemes that they could do. So all this stuff's happening, and literally, I ain't had this $175 hotel room for 2 hours. I had the police pick me up. Hey, now, can you come get me? Really? This is how bad it gets with gang stalking when in the beginning. So I really aim to hope people can find my videos, as soon as they start to be gang stalked, as soon as they hear artificial telepathy, as soon as it breaks, so this starts happening, boom. I hope you search for something and find my videos, right? And then you can understand what's going on and put an immediate stop on the destroy my life um, initiation that they've enacted on against you in your life. So it could be very important to understand what's going on. I would recommend some of my videos about remote neural monitoring and EMF broadcasts and some of the playlists, and to really understand a lot of the things that are going on. But um, you know, here's the problem with this whole situation. Okay. Um, Even though I've had a lot of success at recording them, and I've built up evidence for years. And um, what do you do with it? If you don't have about $10,000 laying around to start a thing with some lawyers just to get the ball rolling, you're out of luck. You're out of luck because the police are not going to help you. Okay. The FBI and the CIA and none of these agencies, they are not going to help you. All right. And upper levels of agencies, they know about this stuff. And I don't think the local police know a lot about remote neural monitoring. I think they probably heard of it. They probably think maybe something's going on, but I don't think, even if they did, like, what are they going to? Oh, you say that some gang stalkers live over there? Okay, we're going to go raid their house and try to find your remote neural monitoring on their phone, on their virtual device that they're hosting online somewhere. And their mind control headset that they could just shove in the underwear drawer. We're going to go raid their house and search frantically for these items because you are hearing voices. Right? That's, yeah. So they're in a tough spot too. All right. And gang stalkers have all this ability um, to make situations seem so different than they are. So you're gonna go through some things, and um, there's nothing better than personal experience, because the things you read about is not gonna be enough. It's not even gonna be accurate half the time. Personal experience, but um, you just gotta remain calm. They're probably not gonna kill you or try to kill you, and a lot of what they're doing is probably just terror tactics, and you really have to accept that this technology exists, and wrap your mind around it. It is one wild ride to discover that people can know every thought you have and see what you see, and talking to these people with artificial telepathy. And I mean, it can get all kind of crazy. I mean, they have tried to kill me on numerous occasions, but it's because of what I know. It's because of what I know about them specifically, and in general. So um, they got a lot to lose. But I don't understand. Like, what are the police and what are the agencies, the authorities or whatever? Like, what do they expect when you have torture situations going on? Are people supposed to take matters into their own hands? Is it supposed to be vigilante justice? Right? It's like all out war in the streets. It's supposed to be like a gang war or something like that. Like, what are they? Um, what are they waiting on? Is that what they're waiting on? Um, we're being tortured and attacked daily, psychologically and physically, with these broadcasts, and these gang stalkers wear these mind control headsets and live as broadcasts, and they can just jump onto you and attack you, go all in your flesh. It's so painful sometimes. It's real bad. Um, that's just kind of how things transpire, and that's what you could probably expect if you begin to experience remote neural monitoring, um, and gang stalking with artificial telepathy. So it really wasn't what I was going to talk about with this video, but since it already kind of took over as the subject, I'm going to leave it at that. And I'll probably make another video about what I was going to talk about. So anyway, my name's Kevin Christian. I got a lot of information and videos out here on the internet on my YouTube channel, like 3,600 videos, like a lot for real, a lot of stuff everywhere on the internet. So, I've had a lot of personal experience. I know a lot of gang stalkers, and I've been through a lot of scenarios. I've got one of the wildest stories that you've heard about with remote neural monitoring, and there's a lot of information out there. So I'm available. I'm an actual person that you could reach out to, and I've talked to thousands and thousands of people already, and I assume I'll probably talk to thousands more. You can message me on Messenger, or you could leave comments, and I reply to lots of stuff every day. I try to get back to as much stuff as I can. I work full time. I got a lot of other things going on because I try to live my life and not let this dictate everything. But it has become a major part of my life. But um, I feel satisfied with what I'm doing, and um, although it does take a lot of energy, which somebody mentioned in one of my comments, to do what I do, I have the energy to spare. So I'll spare some of my energy to do this. This is what I do now. This is one of the things that I do amongst a lot of other things. So if you want to chit chat and get to know me or whatever, like I'm a real person, okay? I'm reachable. So if you're going through it, I do a lot of interviews too. I interview a lot of other targeted people. So I got bunches of interviews. They're all in a playlist too on my channel. I've interviewed a lot of people, a lot of targeted people. You can see them and me, side by side in the videos talking about, their experiences and mine and stuff like that. So, and I plan on doing a lot more if you're interested in telling your story. So, um, that's what's going on. Appreciate you guys watching. This is Kevin Christian.